As countries across the world prepare to reopen societies after coronavirus-induced lockdown, the World Health Organization has warned that opening up too quickly amid the pandemic is a recipe for disaster. The WHO warning comes as the global COVID-19 tally reaches 25.4 million. In India, the overall coronavirus tally rose to 36.2 lakh yesterday, while the death toll climbed to 64,469. Meanwhile, the Maharashtra government has lifted restriction on inter-district movement of persons and goods and raised attendance in its offices as it announced a slew of relaxations while extending the general lockdown in the state till September 30. Amid spike in cases in Delhi, the next round of seroprevalence is slated to begin today. Meanwhile, former President PRANAB Mukherjee, who died yesterday, will be cremated in New Delhi today. Mukherjee died more than 20 years after undergoing a brain surgery to remove cloth. He was on ventilator since the surgery. According to a release by the Ministry of Defence, Mukherjee's body will be kept at his official residence in the morning hours today for people to pay their last homage. Pranab Mukherjee's funeral will be held in Delhi at 2 p.m. His mortal remains have reached his Delhi residence at Rajaji Marg. Meanwhile, the centre has declared 7-day state mourning following the demise of former President Pranab Mukherjee. US President Donald Trump has announced that AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine has reached phase 3 clinical trials in the United States and is very close to being finalized for approval. According to a media report, Trump, during a press conference in Washington, D.C. yesterday, has said he was happy that AstraZeneca's vaccine has reached phase 3 clinical trials and has joined various vaccines that people thought were not possible. He said that process could have taken years, but this administration did in a matter of months. AstraZeneca also announced that its vaccine developed by researchers at Oxford University will enroll approximately 30,000 adult volunteers at 80 sites in the US. The total number of COVID-19 positive cases in Manipur has reached 6,252 now. 103 persons from the general population and 37 personnel from Central Armed Police Force (CAPF) were tested COVID-19 positive at various testing centers across the state in the past 24 hours. According to COVID-19 Command Control Room, the new cases belong to different districts of Manipur and that they have been shifted to COVID case centers across the state. The state has so far reported 28 deaths related to COVID-19. In the past 24 hours, 91 persons were discharged after being tested negative for the disease. The number of active cases in Manipur now stands at 1,894. While a total of 4,330 individuals have recovered from the disease till now. The recovery rate in the state is now 69.25%. The Joint Entrance Examination (JEE) conducted by the National Testing Agency (NTA) begins today with slots scheduled till Sunday. Despite protests to postpone the examination, as many as 8,58,000 candidates were expected to take the test across 660 centers in the country. Candidates have been protesting on social media against the holding of the scheduled JEE Main and NEET exams in September. Their call was also blocked by several opposition parties. However, the center decided against it so that a crucial year of the students is not wasted. A team of Imphal West Police Commando arrested a vehicle lifter at Herangoithong in Imphal West last afternoon. The arrested was identified as Shetrimayum Victor alias Boy Singh, aged 42 years, son of KHS Ibohal Singh of Singjamai Chingamakha, Shetri Lekai. He came in an Alto car with registration number MN06LA 6827, a police report said. After disclosure by Victor, the commando recovered a stolen Tata Ace Zip without registration number at Mongshangai ground. Victor further disclosed that he had recently received the stolen vehicle from one Rishi of Kangla in Imphal East, who is said to be a notorious vehicle lifter. The report said Rishi is still at large. The arrested along with the recovered vehicles and other items was handed over to Singjamai police station. Jananeta Irawat Memorial Trust Jimet Jurivam has begun preparations for observation of the Irawat month today. JIMET lifetime president Dr. Chandam Kamal Singh led a cleanliness program today at Irawat complex in Jiribam district. According to our Jiribam correspondent, JIMET will observe the birth anniversary and death anniversary of Jananeta Hijam Irawat on September 30 and September 26 respectively by reducing the number of participants. The Northeast Fitness Workshop 2020, which began on August 26, concluded on August 30. The online workshop was jointly organized by Indian Sports Aerobic and Fitness Federation ISAFF India and Northeast Aerobic Zone. The online workshop was hosted by Northeast General Director Grandmaster Dr. Thingom Roshan Singh under the guidance of ISAFF General Secretary Santosh Khainar. In all, 97 players from all the Northeast states participated in the workshop. GM Dr. T.H. Roshan informed that a month-long online training workshop will also be held from September 5. Oxygen level of former Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi, who is undergoing treatment at the Guwahati Medical College, dropped last night and was given plasma therapy, a media report said today. Senior officials of Guwahati Medical College said that Gogoi's oxygen level suddenly dropped to 88% and was having problem with breathing. Earlier on August 25th, Gogoi tested positive for COVID-19 and was admitted to Guwahati Medical College Hospital the following day. Assam Health Minister Hemant Biswa Sarma tweeted about the health condition of Tarun Gogoi. The Meghalaya government today closed down all the 6 entry and exit points to the state for 1 week. According to reports, the entry points to Meghalaya at Birnihat, Ratachera, Bajengdoba, Tikri Kila, Mirjumla and Haldiagunj have been closed to unburden health and other frontline workers, including police personnel. Only people travelling on emergency services, including healthcare, would be allowed to enter the state, senior officials said. The closure of these 6 entry points would remain effective till September 7, the officials said. 20 more people were tested positive for COVID-19 in Meghalaya on Monday, taking the state's tally to 2,362 as per a media report. While Assam has been caught in the whirlpool of foreigners issue for the last 5 decades, a total 83,008 cases of doubtful voters, D-voters are pending in the various foreigners tribunals across Assam. According to media reports, Assam Parliamentary Affairs Minister Chandra Mohan Patowari informed on the first day of the 4th day autumn session of the Assam Legislative Assembly that 83,008 cases of D-voters are still pending. In a reply to an unstated question by Congress legislator Zakir Hussain Sikdar, Patowari stated in addition to the pending cases of the D-voters, 64,115 more cases are pending before the foreigners' tribunals. 7 states have contributed to 70% of the COVID-19 cases reported in 24 hours in India. And of these, Maharashtra has recorded the highest case load of almost 21%, followed by Andhra Pradesh 13.5%, Karnataka 11.27% and Tamil Nadu 8.27%, Uttar Pradesh with 8.27%, West Bengal with 3.85% and Odisha with 3.84% are the other states, said the Union Health Ministry yesterday. Amid fresh clashes between Indian and People's Liberation Army (PLA) soldiers in Ladakh, there has been a sudden increase in China's deployment of surface-to-air missiles (SAMs) at new locations in Tibet along the India frontier, as per media reports. Chinese missile sites have come in areas bordering Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Ladakh. Until the Doklam face-off in 2017 at the India-China-Bhutan tri-junction bordering Sikkim, there were only 2 locations of Chinese SAM deployment. That has changed this time, and several new sites with this class of weapons are now an indicator of China's aggressive posture. Only the Gongar SAM location was deployed till Doklam face-off. It is clear that after the Doklam face-off, Chinese military began to ramp up their missile facilities to guard borders against India. Other than Kailash Mansarovar opposite Indian state of Uttarakhand, new missiles sites have come up in Sigatse that borders Nepal, Bhutan and other Indian state of Sikkim, Pagri bordering Bhutan and Sikkim in India, and Nyingchi opposite Arunachal Pradesh that China claims as South Tibet.